Okay, so Jake, I have to tell you about what happened to me at the airport last month because it was honestly one of the most stressful and most hilarious experiences of my life.
Oh no, what happened?
So, I was flying to Delhi for a work trip, and I reached the airport exactly 2 hours before my departure, which I thought was plenty of time, right?
Right, 2 hours is the standard recommendation.
Standard recommendation, yes. Except I completely forgot that it was a long weekend and the airport was absolutely packed. Like, I have never seen so many people in one place in my entire life.
Oh no, long weekend airport chaos is a very specific kind of nightmare.
It really is. So I joined the check-in queue and it was moving so slowly. And I'm standing there watching the clock and I started to panic a little.
The check-in queue anxiety. Every traveler knows that feeling.
Exactly. And then the announcement came over the PA system saying that my flight was now boarding.
Wait, already boarding? But you had not even checked in yet.
I had not even checked in. So I went to the counter and explained the situation, and the agent said, "I need to see your itinerary, please." And I just stood there because I had no idea what an itinerary was at that point.
Wait, what is an itinerary?
Okay, so an itinerary is basically your travel plan document. It shows all the details of your trip, your flight number, departure time, arrival time, hotel booking, everything in one document, like your complete travel schedule.
Oh, okay. So it is like the complete plan of your entire trip.
Exactly. And most airlines send it to your email when you book. So when the agent asked for my itinerary, she basically wanted to see my booking confirmation email.
And did you find it?
I was scrolling through my entire email inbox at the check-in counter while a very long queue of people stood behind me waiting. The most stressful scroll of my life.
Oh no, the pressure scroll. Everyone staring at the back of your head.
Yes. And I finally found it, and she checked me in, and then said, "You need to go directly to the departure gate. No time to stop anywhere."
Straight to the gate. No duty-free browsing for you.
Zero duty-free, which was heartbreaking, honestly. But wait, so duty-free, that is an airport word, right? What does duty-free actually mean?
Good question. So duty in this context means a tax or tariff that is charged on goods, and duty-free means those goods are sold without that tax. So prices in duty-free shops at airports are lower than outside because you're not paying the government tax on them.
Oh, interesting. So duty-free is literally free from duty, free from tax.
Exactly. That's why perfumes, chocolates, and alcohol are so popular in duty-free shops, because the price difference compared to outside can be quite significant.
That makes so much sense now. Okay, so I ran to the gate and made it just in time. The boarding was still open, and I handed my boarding pass to the agent, and she scanned it, and I walked down the jet bridge and found my seat.
The relief of making it just in time.
The best feeling in the world, honestly. And I sat down, and the passenger next to me smiled and said, "Cutting it close, weren't you?"
Oh no, a stranger clocked you running to the gate.
He definitely saw me sprinting down the jet bridge. Okay, wait, jet bridge. Jake, do you know what a jet bridge is?
Yes. A jet bridge is that enclosed walkway that connects the airport gate directly to the door of the plane. So you walk from the terminal through this covered bridge directly onto the aircraft without going outside.
Right, and some smaller airports do not have jet bridges, so you actually walk outside across the tarmac to board the plane.
Yes, which is called a tarmac boarding or a remote stand departure. The tarmac is the paved surface area of the airport where planes taxi and park.
Oh, tarmac. I always hear that word in news reports, like the plane is on the tarmac. Now I actually know what it means.
Exactly. And taxi in aviation doesn't mean a car. It means the plane moving slowly on the ground from the gate to the runway before takeoff.
Oh, that is so interesting. The plane is taxiing. I've heard pilots say that in announcements and never connected it to the word taxi.
Right? Ladies and gentlemen, we are now taxiing to the runway. Same root word as taxicab, because both are moving slowly from one point to another.
That is such a satisfying connection. Okay, so I'm settled in my seat, and the flight attendant came around and asked if I wanted to upgrade to business class for an additional fee. And I said, no, thank you, because obviously I'm not made of money.
The tempting upgrade offer.
So tempting, though. The business class seats looked so comfortable. Okay, but upgrade, that's also a word we use all the time outside of airports, right?
Absolutely. To upgrade means to move to something better or higher quality than what you currently have. At the airport, it means moving from economy to business or first class. But in everyday life, we say things like, I need to upgrade my skills, or she upgraded her lifestyle after the promotion, or this phone is old, I need to upgrade.
Yes, upgrade your skills, upgrade your mindset, upgrade your life. We say this all the time without realizing it's an airport word.
Everything connects once you start noticing it.
It really does. Okay, so the plane took off, and it was a smooth flight. And then about 40 minutes before landing, the captain made an announcement saying we are beginning our descent into Delhi, and the local time is blank, and the weather is blank.
The classic captain announcement.
Yes. And descent, that's a beautiful word, right? What does descent mean exactly?
So, descent means going downward. In aviation, it specifically means the phase of the flight where the plane starts coming down from its cruising altitude toward the airport before landing. The opposite is ascent, which means going upward.
Oh, ascent and descent, up and down. And we use these words outside aviation too, right?
Absolutely. In everyday English, we say things like, her career has been on a steady ascent since she joined the company, or the neighborhood has been on a slow descent into neglect over the past few years. Ascent means rising or improving. Descent means falling or declining.
That is so useful. Ascent and descent, rise and fall. Career on an ascent, situation in a descent. Got it.
Exactly. And once you know both words, you can use them very powerfully in professional conversations.
Okay, so we landed, and I got off the plane and followed the signs to baggage claim. And I stood at the baggage conveyor belt waiting for my suitcase. And waiting, and waiting.
The baggage claim waiting experience, one of the most anxious forms of waiting known to humanity.
It really is, because you're watching every single bag come out, and you're thinking, is that mine? No. Is that mine? No. And then slowly, people around you start picking up their bags and leaving, and you're still standing there, and you start to wonder, did they lose my bag?
The moment you start thinking they lost my bag is such a specific airport panic.
And then, just when I was about to go to the lost luggage counter, my bag came out. Last bag on the belt.
Always the last one.
Always. Okay, so lost luggage. What happens if your bag actually does not arrive?
So if your bag does not arrive, you go to the airline's lost luggage desk at the airport. You file a property irregularity report, which is basically a formal complaint saying my bag did not arrive, and the airline tracks it and usually delivers it to your address within 24 to 48 hours.
Oh, property irregularity report. That's such a formal name for my bag is missing.
Airports love formal names for simple problems. Lost bag becomes property irregularity. Delayed flight becomes schedule disruption. Canceled flight becomes operational adjustment.
Operational adjustment. That is the most polite way to say your plans are completely ruined.
The language of aviation is very carefully designed to sound calm, even when the situation is not calm at all.
That is such a good observation. Okay, Jake, before we wrap up, let's do a quick run-through of all the airport words we covered today, because there were quite a few.
Yes, good idea. Let's do it.
Okay, itinerary, your complete travel plan document with all flight and booking details.
Duty-free, shops at the airport where goods are sold without government tax, making them cheaper than outside.
Boarding pass, the document or digital ticket that allows you to get on the plane.
Jet bridge, the enclosed walkway connecting the airport gate directly to the aircraft door.
Tarmac, the paved surface area of the airport where planes move and park.
Taxi, in aviation, the slow movement of a plane on the ground from the gate to the runway.
Upgrade, to move to something better. In aviation, moving to a higher class of seat.
Descent, going downward. In aviation, the phase where the plane comes down toward the airport before landing.
Ascent, going upward, the opposite of descent, used for planes taking off and for careers and situations that are improving.
Baggage claim, the area in the arrival hall where passengers collect their checked luggage.
Okay, that is a really solid list. And every single one of those words goes beyond the airport into everyday, professional, and daily English.
That is exactly the point. The airport is not just a place you pass through. It is a vocabulary lesson every single time you visit.
I love that. The airport is a vocabulary lesson every single time you visit. Okay, everyone, that is a wrap on today's episode, Daily English Words from the Airport. If this helped your English, please subscribe to Real Talk Podcast and share it with a friend who is learning English too. Drop us a comment telling us which airport word you are going to use in a sentence today. We read every single comment, and we genuinely love hearing from you.
Take care, everyone. Travel safe. Speak English confidently. See you in the next one.
Bye, everyone.